Tonga. Tonga, officially Kingdom of Tonga, Tongan Whakatui o Tonga, also called Friendly Islands, country in the southwestern Pacific Ocean. It consists of some 170 islands divided into three main island groups, Tongatapu in the south, Hapei in the center, and Vavau in the north. Isolated islands include Niuafo'ou, Niuatoputapu, and Tafahi, together known as the Niuatoputapu, or Niues, island group, in the far north and Ata in the far south. Tonga's total land area is dispersed between latitudes 15 degrees and 23 degrees south, and longitudes 173 degrees, and 177 degrees west. The capital, Nuku'alofa, is on the island of Tongatapu. Tonga is a member of the Commonwealth and of the United Nations. The summit of volcanic undersea mountains forms the two roughly parallel chains of the Tongan Islands. Most of the islands of the western chain are classified as high islands, because they have been raised well above sea level by repeated volcanic activity. 4 of them are still active volcanoes. Some of the islands composed of lava formed by shield volcanoes, such as La Ta and Ka'o, have a hard cone-shaped surface that is not easily eroded. Others, such as Fonuafu, Falcon Island, were formed by more explosive volcanoes, and their surfaces, composed of and pumice, erode readily. Fonuafu has arisen and disappeared repeatedly, owing to its cycles of eruption and erosion. The low islands of the eastern chain have been capped by coral polyps and foraminifera, marine organisms that have calcareous shells, which build coral rock and limestone reefs. The continuing growth of coral counteracts the sea's erosion of the reefs and the islands enclosed by them. A protective reef surrounds Tongatapu Island. Many islands in the Vavau group lack such protection and are shrinking. Tongatapu Island, a raised atoll in the Tongatapu group, with an area of 100.6 square miles, 260.5 square km, is the largest and most densely populated island in Tonga. The highest point in Tonga, 3,389 feet, 1,033 meters, is on Cow Island in the Hapei group. Auha Island, Tongatapu group, has an old volcanic ridge rising to 1,078 feet, 329 meters, above sea level. The Vavau group has hills ranging from 500 to 1,000 feet, 150 to 300 meters, and Lake Island, in its western volcanic chain, rises to 1,700 feet, 518 meters. Vavau Island has a fine, large landlocked harbor. The effects of natural erosion are particularly vivid in Vavau. Rainwater reacting with the carbon dioxide in vegetation acquires acidic properties, and dissolves coral and limestone rock, thereby forming caves. The constant action of the waves has created the sheer cliffs and sandspits of Vavau and Nuku'alofa. There are no rivers in Tonga, although Auha and Niuatoputapu have creeks. People. Nearly the entire population is of Polynesian ancestry. Tongans are closely related to Samoans and other Polynesians in culture and language as well as in genetic heritage. There is also a small amount of Melanesian influence through contact with Fiji. Intermarriage with Europeans has become more common, especially as a result of the increasing outmigration of Tongans since the 1970s. Religion is an important aspect of Tongan society, and most Tongan families are members of a Christian church. About 1/3 of Tongans belong to the Free Wesleyan, Methodist, Church, nearly 1/5 are Mormons, and there are smaller but significant proportions of Roman Catholics, and members of the Free Church of Tonga. The remainder belong to smaller, mostly Protestant, denominations. The Tongan language is taught in primary schools and is the official language, in addition to English, which is studied as a second language. Most of the Tongan population lives in the three major island groups, and nearly 3/4 live on Tongatapu Island. The urban population has been steadily growing and now accounts for about 1/3 of the total population. Many Tongans migrate overseas, in particular to the United States and New Zealand. The majority of the population lives in villages. Traditional structures are called ful. They are rectangular in shape and have thatched or corrugated tin roofs and sides made of woven coconut leaves, reeds, or timber. Some Tongans reside in South Seas colonial-style wooden homes with gingerbread trim and exterior walls in pastel shades. Nuku'alofa has all the amenities of a capital city. It is also a major port of entry and has several wharves and piers. Much of Nuku'alofa's economic activity revolves around coconuts and coconut products. Other ports and commercial centers are Niafu, in the Vavau group, and Pongai, in the Ha'apai group.